Hello, howdy, hi, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Grace. This is a series on my channel called Artist Diaries. It's just a chill, low-key, no editing, minimal editing when I absolutely need to, series where I just talk about my life as an artist, as someone who's sort of in progress, becoming whatever kind of artist I end up being. So last week's video was long and meandering and a little bit frazzled and full of coughing fits, which I'm gonna cough right now. I won't have any coughing fits in this video. I might cough a little bit because this cold or flu or whatever it was has done a number on me. But yeah, so we're just gonna talk about this week because last week's video was really a lot because it was kind of like a New Year reset situation, whereas this week's video, I'm just talking about me right now in this last week that I've had. As you can see, my hair is different. It's pinkish and not finished, which I was like, oh, maybe I'll finish my hair and then I'll make the video. But part of the point of this series is that I'm making videos consistently, regardless of where I am in like my process or my progress with things, just to like be consistent about pushing myself forward. And I think kind of a weird parallel is this hair moment. Like I could spend another couple hours finishing the top of my head, and then try to do this when it's like perfect. But I think it's okay to like be in progress and to show yourself when you're in progress. And I think especially for Black women, we sometimes worry about like showing up undone or like, you know, not completed. And I think that that's a little bit silly. So yeah, let's talk about the week. This week has been a little bit not ideal, not as consistent with the habits that I'm trying to build, mostly because of some personal stuff that I won't get into, but also I just like decided I was gonna do my hair. I was getting really tired of constantly like braiding it, washing it, whatever. If you're a Black girl, you know the hair can be a lot, like especially if you're a natural girly, like, you know, it can be a lot. And so sometimes you need a protective style so that you can just do one thing with your hair for like a month and then not have to think about it. And so I was like, you know what, I'm a little bit tired of it. I had my hair like loose for quite a bit, like not in a protective style for quite a bit, probably over a month, maybe like 2 months or something. And I was like, it's getting to be a lot. I need to do my hair, and hair takes time. So all the time that I've been spending getting this prepped and going has taken up a lot of my time that I should have been, that I would have been spending doing other things were it not for all of this. But that's okay because it's like I'm trading off time, you know what I mean? Like the time that I'm spending here, I'm gonna take off my glasses because I just realized that you're probably getting a halo from my ring light. Sorry. My glasses have this like stupid little hair ties on the ends of them because they're too big for my face, and so they keep on slipping and falling off if I like look down. So that's why that was there. But anyway, yeah, it's like I'm trading time between my weeks. So the time that would have accumulated with doing my hair for like over a month is all kind of being shoehorned into this week to do the braids. And then I won't have to worry about it. And then that time can be used, in my opinion, more productively elsewhere. So that's kind of how I'm viewing it. I'm not stressing about like the things that I guess one might think I slacked on, but instead of saying I slacked on it, I'm just saying like, no, I'm pushing it a little bit back to do this other thing that will cause me less stress in the future. So yeah, long story short, I just haven't done as much as I did the week before. What have I done? Great question. I've been looking at auditions. I have 2 auditions that are due next week. One of them is for, I believe, a short film, and then another is for a series, or for like a group of regional theaters. So that's super exciting. I'm looking forward to that. There were a couple other auditions that were on my radar that I just didn't submit to. Again, I had a lot going on. Oh, it's like now that I'm talking, the cough is sitting here in my throat. I'm gonna pause really quick. I might cut this out. I don't know. Woo. Sometimes I like to do like a vocal warm-up and like a facial warm-up before I do videos for you guys. Just out of like actor habit, like it's what I do before I do self-tape, but I didn't do that today. So if my voice is a little bit whatever, or my face is like moving weird, that might be why. Other things on my mind. Acting, we talked about that. I need to log all this audition stuff into my audition like logbook. I don't really know what I'm calling it yet. My audition database, whatever. I have like this thing where I'm tracking all of my auditions this year, like auditions that I've submitted for, auditions that I've sent in a self-tape for, blah, 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 blah. I'm tracking all of it. I want to know like everything that I've done this year. Just because I think it'll help me feel more productive, help me like recognize what I'm actually doing and what's working for me and what isn't. So that's kind of one thing that I'm gonna be doing this year, that I'm really looking forward to and that I need to catch up on at the end of the day. Other things that have been going on, I've been working out. I had a Pilates class that I was gonna take this morning at 7:15, and I was so ready. I set like 3 alarms. I got up. I'm on my period. So, you know, if you're a girly watching this, if you're a boy, like, or someone who doesn't get periods, I hope this doesn't make you uncomfortable, but if it does, I also don't care. Like, you chose to watch my video. So, yeah, if you're a girly, you know, or if you're just someone who gets periods, yeah, you know that sometimes you wake up on that first or second day of your period and it is like the Red Sea. So yeah, so I woke up this morning and I was supposed to have this Pilates class at 7:15, and my body was like, oh, it's a flood. And so TMI, sorry, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, so basically I had to deal with that. I missed my Pilates class. Maybe I'll cut this out. I don't know, whatever. I missed my Pilates class. I was really sad about that. And I think maybe like me a little bit ago probably would have gotten fresh. Oh, hello? I think that like me last year, I probably would have been like, oh, I missed my Pilates class. Like, I guess I'll just work out in the gym. And then I probably wouldn't have worked out in the gym, and I would have just gone home and like made breakfast or something. But this time I was like, you know what? No, it's 7:30. I have time. I'm already dressed in my like exercise clothes. We're going to a Pilates class. She's messing with the camera. I was like, we're going to a Pilates class. So I got myself booked into a different class, drove over there, and it was a great time. And there was a lot of stuff that was like low-key really hard for me, and I was on my period, and I was like, but it felt great. It felt really good to push myself to like do this thing that would be hard and a little bit uncomfortable, but I did it, and I'm happy about it, and I feel good. So that's one thing that's going on this week. Other things that are going on this week, my book. So this week I was supposed to solidify like kind of like a diagnostic check on where I'm at with my novel. And I did not do that. I want to do that today. I need to finish my hair. The hair is taking precedent because I am gonna like be around people tomorrow, and so I do want my hair to be done for that. But the diagnostic check at the very least needs to be done by Sunday night. I just want to have a good understanding of like where I'm at with my novel, what needs to be fixed, because if I can understand like exactly what I need to fix, exactly where I'm at, then I can make like I can group together what the problems are and what the steps are to fixing them, and then I can sort of like suss out a timeline for when is a realistic time for me to get it finished. In the past, I've like set like what do you call it? Arbitrary. I've set arbitrary deadlines for myself, and a deadline helps because it lets me know like, okay, like I need to be working on this consistently. But if it's arbitrary and it's not linked to anything, it can be frustrating because when I get closer and closer to the deadline and I know that there's still so much to do, I'm like, well, whatever, throw my hands in the air, it's not gonna happen, you know, type of thing. And so that's something I'm working on. And this like these last few months I've really been learning that like what works for me is having clear like minuscule breakdowns of exactly what I need to do in order to get to where I want to be. And that's something that I guess I didn't learn often. I feel like something that I'm learning and that I've discovered about myself is that like growing up, like in school, I was pretty good at most things. And so I don't say that like as a toot my own horn type of thing, but like I'm someone who works smarter, not harder, like 90% of the time, unless I really, really care about the thing. But usually I work smarter, not harder. And so when you have that mindset, smarter, not harder, and then you also pick up on things pretty easily, you get lazy. You just get lazy. And that's honestly like the situation that I'm in. I've gotten very lazy with a lot of situations because I know, like in high school, right? Like if I had a math class, a math test coming up, right? I would not study. I would just like kind of do my homework consistently the best I could, and then I wouldn't study, and then I would go to my math test and I would solve the problems, and if I got to a problem that like I could not solve, I would just skip it. And then this is so psycho, but like I would skip anything that was like mildly difficult for me. And then at the end of taking the test, or like when I finished it, right, I would go back and calculate everything that I completed that I knew was right, so that I knew what grade I would get if I didn't do the problems that were confusing to me. So like if I missed like 2 problems on a math test, like I just didn't even try, and I knew that I got the other 8 right, I'd be like, that's 80%, I'm not gonna do them. Which is like, I think fine for a math class, but when that becomes like your habit, probably not the best way to go through life. So that's something that I am working on in myself. And yeah, I guess long story short, you know, I'm at a place where I'm trying to be someone who actually studies for the test and then actually tries to do all of the things. And so with my book, I guess the parallel is that the test is like finishing the book, and instead of just like winging it and going in and being like, okay, I'm gonna edit whatever, whenever. I'm like saying, no, let's study what the book is, what the problems are with the novel, and then we're gonna thoroughly address every single problem, just like we're gonna thoroughly address every single question on the test, you know? So that's kind of my mindset with that at the point that I'm at right now. Auditions, book. I don't know that I have too much else to talk about this week. I've been trying to do a little bit of like coloring. I got this like kind of cheesy Christian-esque, like devotional-esque coloring book that I just think I've had a lot of stress this week, and so I need to like find ways that are not to be judged by other people to calm down and like de-stress. And so sometimes when I'm drawing, I get overwhelmed because I worry about the finished product. I feel like this coloring book is helpful because I can just doodle, and it's stupid and I'm never gonna show it to anyone, and it has nice little Bible verses every now and then, and that's good for me. And yeah, I don't have a ton else to talk about. I hope this was a fun little video for you. If you liked it, like it, I guess. I hate the YouTuber things that you're supposed to say, so I'm not really gonna say all of them. You know what I mean. I'm glad you came here and you watched my video and hung out with me for however long this has been. I don't think it's been a ton of time. I thank you. I love ya. I hope you have a great week. Tell me what you're working on. Bye.